Daughters, back again. I hope you guys are doing well. So guys, today I have with me this car, which is the Nissan Magnite. As always in this video as well, we are going to talk about the exterior interior feature space, and by the end of the video I'll tell you guys how is it to drive as well. So let's quickly start the video. Before starting the video, if you have any question, you can surely ask it to me on Instagram, and if you like watching videos in Hindi language, you can also check out our Hindi YouTube channel, which is Auto Revs Hindi. All the links are given in the description box below. Now let's quickly start the video without wasting any more time. Hello everyone and welcome to Auto Revs back again. I hope you guys are doing well. So guys, today I'm going to review this car, which is the Nissan Magnite. Now this is the top end variant. It gets a 1 liter turbocharged petrol engine. We'll talk about it in the later part of the video. Now let's quickly start off with the walk around of the car. So here at the front, as you can see, the front profile actually looks really very sporty and aggressive. Now here at the front, you actually have this big grille and a Nissan logo right in the center. And this chrome treatment actually reminds me of the bull's horns. And I think the Nissan Magnite means business tycoon, and that might be the reason why Nissan has went ahead with the bull's horn sort of a treatment at the front. If that's the case, then it's a really very thoughtful touch from Nissan. Now guys, this car actually comes with 360-degree parking camera, which means that the car actually gets camera on all four sides. So let me show you guys the camera at the front. So here, as you can see, this is your front parking camera. Moving on to the headlamps. Now here you actually get bi-projector LED headlamp setup, and the throw from these lights are also really very good. I've tested the car at night and the throw is really very nice. At this price point, the lights which they have provided are really very nice in terms of the illumination. Here you obviously have your DRL. Here you have a fog lamp. Fog lamp is again an LED right here. This is the chrome treatment which you have at the front, and this is basically your skid plate which you have again at the front, and this is how the car actually looks like. So now guys, moving on to the side profile of the car. Now the length of the car is 3994 mm and the wheelbase is 2500 mm. The ground clearance of the car is 205 mm, and here as you can see, the wheel arches actually look really very nice right here. The wheel arches actually look quite nice, and Magnite is embossed right here. So just in case someone passes by, he or she wants to know the name of the car, so it is embossed right here. Now this is the top end variant, which is the dual tone variant. So you have the roof and your mirror painted white, and you have your LED turn indicator right here. You also do get a camera below the mirror, ORVM. So that's the camera. Now let me show you guys the door handles. So these are the door handles which you get chrome treatment right here. You also do get a request button. So you basically don't really have to remove your key out of your pocket. This is the key of the car, by the way. Here as you can see, there are two buttons provided. This is for your lock, this is for your unlock, and this is basically a dummy button. And you don't really have to unlock the car from your key. You can simply carry your key and press this button, and the car actually will lock itself. When you press it again, it will actually unlock like this. And one more good thing about the car is the fact that it actually projects welcome on the ground at night, which again makes you feel that you are entering a premium car. So that is again a very good thing. Now you also do get side body cladding right here, and the silver silhouette also looks quite nice on the car. This is how the car looks like from the side profile. Now guys, let me show you guys the rear profile of the car. So moving on to the rear. The rear profile of the car is actually simple and subtle. The rear profile looks good, and right in the center you obviously have your Nissan logo, Magnite badge as well. This is the top end variant. You obviously have your wiper washer defogger, high mounted stop lamp, your antenna for your FM. Moving on to the tail lamps. Now the tail lights are not LEDs, so tail lights could have been LEDs, but those are halogen bulbs which you get. Turbo badge right here. Those are your rear parking sensors. Here you have reverse parking camera, and this is how the rear profile looks like. Now let me show you guys the boot of the car. So you basically have a electromagnetic tailgate opener right here. Pressing this button and it opens the boot of the car. 336 liters of boot space you have in the Nissan Magnite. It is decent in terms of space. Below this you obviously have your spare wheel and your toolkit kept. Here you again have your what do you call the reflector, the emergency triangle. Here you have a light. Here you also do get a hanger to hold your carry bags. So this is the amount of space which you have in the boot of the Nissan Magnite. Here you have a hand holder, so you can basically close the boot right from here. There it goes. And this is how the rear profile of the car actually looks like. Now let me show you guys. Now the spare wheel which you get is not a full size tire, by the way, like I showed you. And let me show you guys the tire profile here. Basically at the front as well as on the rear, the tire profile is actually similar. 195/60 R16. So this is the tire profile which you have right here. The alloy wheel design look quite nice. Again, there's a dual tone treatment on the alloy wheels as well. And this is how the car looks like from the exteriors. So guys, now let me quickly get inside the car and let me show you guys how much space is there on offer. And first we'll move inside the car and I'll show you guys the features, and then we'll move in the second row and I'll show you guys the space as well. Let me adjust my seat. So guys, right now I'm inside the car. Let me turn on the car and show you guys what all features are on offer. So there it rose to life. As you can see, the Nissan Magnite actually welcomes you. This is the digital display. I'll talk about it very quickly. Now let's quickly start off with what all features do you have, starting off from the steering wheel. Now the steering wheel is nice to hold. Here you have some of the buttons provided. From here you can actually increase and decrease the volume. You can change radio channels. This is for your source, this is to accept and reject calls, this is for your mute. Those are your buttons for your cruise control. I am going to make a separate video on how you can actually activate the cruise control, so you can basically stay tuned on the channel for that as well. And from this button you can actually toggle through the screen. This is a 7-inch TFT display which you get right here. It provides you all the information in digital. Speedometer and digital tachometer is there. You have your coolant temperature here on the left. You also do get your fuel gauge on the right. So that is the information which you get by pressing this button. You can actually see fuel economy. It will also show you drive computer A, drive computer B, and tire pressure monitoring system. And this for your dimming control. You can basically change the intensity, brightness intensity of this particular screen from here. And from this button you can actually see the trip A, trip B, and distance to empty. So that's about the instrument cluster which you get right here. Obviously you have a lever for your lights. Here you have a lever for your wiper. Here you have a button provided, this to turn off the traction control, this is to activate your cruise control, this is your headlight leveler. Moving on to the door pads, here you have a 1-liter bottle holder. Here you again have some space to keep stuff. Those are your power window switches. From here you can actually electrically retract, fold your mirrors, and you can also adjust the mirrors. So, and the door handle actually feels quite nice in terms of the quality. The steering wheel is tilt adjustable, so that is again a good thing. Now moving on to the 8-inch display which you have right here. The quality of the display surely could have been a little bit more better. The sound quality although is really very good. It gets JBL speakers right here, as you can see. The sound quality is really very good. I am not playing music right here because of the copyright issues, but you can surely check out the music system quality on Instagram. I'll surely give the link for the same in the description box below. Now it surely supports Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. It also gets connected car tech, so it basically gets geofence and all of that stuff. You can obviously pair your mobile phone via Bluetooth, and here it is showing driving eco. As you can see, there is some amount of lag in the screen as well. Now it is showing driving eco. Basically I am reviewing the car, and the car actually is reviewing my driving behavior. By the way, I have not really resetted it, so basically from the day I got the car from Nissan, it's the same way. I have not really put it to 0. So this is the information which you get right here: tip report, eco coaching, eco scoring. That's about it. Moving back, so here you can basically see. So here basically you have a camera button. As soon as you press it, it will show you reverse parking camera. This is your 360-degree parking camera, and the quality of the camera is actually good, I would say, decent. and this is the second mode where it will show you the camera on the left, the camera view on the left. So this is much about it. I think I have spoken most of the things about this particular screen. I'll put the sound quality video on Instagram, and here you have the button for your hazard lamp. There is also a button to lock your doors. So this is to lock your doors, and this is obviously for your hazard lamp. This is for your rear defogger. This is your automatic climate control AC which you get right here. This is the wireless charging pad just in case your phone supports wireless charging. Here you have a start stop button. Here you have some space to keep your key or your wallet, and here you have 12-volt charging point. There is a USB point as well. This is your 5-speed manual gearbox. I'll talk about the gearbox as soon as I start driving the car, and when you put it into reverse, obviously it will show you the same reverse parking camera like this. So that's about it. Here you have 2 cup holders provided, your handbrake, and this is basically your armrest. It is not really a complete armrest, it is actually a elbow rest, I would say, because as you can see, my arm actually is out of the armrest. So this is the small armrest, or you can call it the elbow rest, which you get right here. Let me show you guys the glove box. So decent size of glove box. The plastic quality although could have been a little bit more better. The plastic quality, it is a little bit on the harder side, and there's few panel gaps which can be seen. This is the only panel gap which I have seen as of now. The fit finish surely could have been a little bit more better. Other than that, it misses out on a sunroof, so that is something which is missing. Sun visor, here you have a vanity mirror, so that is again a very good thing. At least they are providing a vanity mirror on the co-driver side. There's a toll receipt holder. This is your normal IRVM which you get right here. Those are the lights which you have, and this is basically your sun visor with vanity mirror on the co-driver side as well. So guys, I think I've spoken a lot about the interior of the car. Now let me quickly get in the second row of the car and let me show you guys how much space is there on offer. So let me adjust as per my driving position, and this is going to be my comfortable driving position. So here, as you can see, this is my comfortable driving position. Let's quickly move in the second row. Before that, let me turn off the car. Turning it off, let me move in the second row. Okay, so here, as you can see, in terms of legroom, you can actually stretch your feet below the driver as well as co-driver seat. So that is again a very good thing. In terms of legroom, there is no issue. In terms of knee room as well, you have pretty decent knee room actually. Right here, the under thigh support although could have been a little bit more better. And in terms of shoulder room, you can easily get 3 thin and fit people like me in with comfort. And here you obviously have a center armrest with 2 cup holders, and there is also a space to keep your mobile phone. So that is again a very thoughtful touch from Nissan. You have 60-40 split seats, 2 adjustable headrests, and this is the amount of shoulder room which you have right here. And this is the amount of legroom, knee room. The headroom is also actually good, I would say. Here you have a handle to hold on to. Here you have a handle and a hook. Here you have a light, and here again you have a handle and a hook. This is pretty much about the space which you have. The floor here is completely flat, so for in case if you get a middle passenger, it won't really be a very big task as such to accommodate a center passenger here, because the floor is completely flat. So he or she might not have to adjust in terms of the knee room or the leg room. Here you have a AC vent, 2 AC vents provided. There is a 12-volt charging point as well. And in the door pads, here as you can see, there is a bottle holder. You can accommodate 1 liter water bottle right there. There is some space as well. Here you have a power window switch. This is to open your door. Basically the door quality of the door handle actually feels quite nice, and this thing as well, that also feels quite nice. The seats which you get right here are actually a combination of fabric and leatherette, so that is again a very good thing. And this is how the dashboard and the interior looks like of the Nissan Magnite. Here you obviously have a light placement. So this is your reading light. So guys, I think I have spoken most of the things about the car. I'll talk about the safety feature as soon as I start driving the car. Now let's start driving the car without wasting any more time. So guys, now I'm driving this car, which is the Nissan Magnite. Now I've already given you guys a detailed walk around of the car. Now it's time to start talking about the driving dynamics of the vehicle. So let's quickly start off from the engine. Now the Magnite is available with only petrol engine. There is a turbo and a non-turbo available. The one which I'm driving is the turbo petrol engine. It produces around 100 PS of power and 160 Newton meters of torque. In terms of the power and performance, the engine surely feels very punchy and enthusiastic to drive, but because of the turbocharging, surely there is some amount of turbo lag which can be felt, and past 2000 RPM is where the power surge can be actually felt. So that is how the engine response is. Now in terms of the refinement from the engine and the cabin insulation, the cabin is pretty insulated from the outside world, and the engine sound can only be heard inside the cabin in two different scenarios. First, when you rev it hard and fast past 2,500 RPM, and second, when you are idling and when you turn off the air conditioning system and when you try to listen to the engine sound like an automobile journalist does. So those are the only two conditions when you hear the little bit of engine sound inside the cabin. But other than that, I feel the engine is pretty refined. The cabin is well insulated from the outside world. Now guys, this engine is coupled to a 5-speed manual gearbox, and there is also a CVT available. I have not really tested the CVT. Now I am driving the 5-speed manual gearbox, and when I shifted into first, second and fourth, the gear shifts are pretty smooth, but when I shifted it into third and fifth, there is some amount of resistance which can be felt. So that is something which I have noticed. You can surely share your thoughts with me, your driving experience with me as well. So that is about the gearbox. The good thing is the fact that the clutch is on the lighter side. Now moving on to the best part of the car, of the Magnite, is the ride quality. The ride quality is simply brilliant. It provides you very good amount of comfort inside the cabin. The seats are comfortable. The driver's seat actually provides you very good amount of lumbar support as well. So the ride quality is brilliant. It is spot on. It is on the softer side obviously. And the handling, the steering wheel is light, and it actually weighs up pretty well at higher speeds, but it does not really provide you a very good amount of feel and feedback, and definitely it could have been a little bit more better in terms of the sharpness. So that is about the ride and handling balance of the Magnite. Now guys, the braking quality is pretty good. The safety features which you get in the Magnite are obviously dual airbags, ABS, EBD, traction control system. There is ESC as well. There is also a hill hold provided in the automatic variant. So those are the safety features which you get in the Magnite. Now guys, talking about the clutch is also on the lighter side. So that is again a very good thing about the car, that the clutch is on the lighter side. Now I think I've spoken most of the things about the car. Now guys, talking about the mileage, now I have not really tested it in order to get or extract the best out of it, but the mileage which I have received as of now is 11-12 kilometers per liter. I have driven it in the city. I have also driven it on the highway. So that is the mileage figures which you can basically expect. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things about the car. Now moving on to the verdict. The fit finish level quality is okay. I would say it could have been a little bit more better in certain areas. So that is about the fit finish levels. And here actually there is a U-turn, and taking a U-turn is actually quite easy. There is the turning radius is 5 meters. So taking a U-turn is not a very big task as such. So you can easily take a U-turn like this. So guys, I think I have covered most of the things. Now moving on to the verdict of the car. By the way, the price of the car, the one which I am driving, is the top end, the turbo petrol variant, and the ex-showroom cost of this particular variant, it is 8.69 lakh rupees. And I think at this price point, if you want a mini SUV which has a punchy petrol engine, which has amazing ride quality, which has good features as well. By the way, it gets 360-degree parking camera, which is a very useful feature and surely will help you while parking the car in tight spaces. And finally, the headlights of the car, they are just brilliant. The illumination of those lights at this price point, the light which Nissan Magnite is providing, I think the illumination is really very good. So if those are your requirements, then definitely I think Nissan Magnite can be the pick for you. So guys, this was my driving impressions review of the Nissan Magnite. I hope you guys liked it. Still, if you have any question, you can surely ask it to me on Instagram as well as in the comment section below, and I'll be more than happy to answer most of your doubts. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, drive safe, ride safe, bye bye. And when you punch the engine on an open stretch of highway like this, right now, let me downshift, third gear, 2,500 RPM. Can you hear the engine sound inside the cabin? And it actually pulls quite well. So it is a punchy petrol engine which you get. So guys, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, drive safe, ride safe. Bye bye.